transformation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count up. Wasted people, do your part, play a role. Get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. Is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. Is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count up. Wasted people, do your part, play a role. Get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. Is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution.
Welcome. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Friday morning, the 23rd day of January 2026. I'm Nuri Mohammed, and we welcome you to the program this morning. We go through certain steps, as you know. We give you an update on the weather and then something from our newsroom. And today we have one of the original forecaster, Miss Catherine Kamabach. So let's go to her now.
Good morning. Fair and mostly dry conditions prevail. Motorists are advised to take caution as fog is occurring on our highways and the fog is expected to lift by 9 a.m. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 83 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 86 inland and 77 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be clear to partly cloudy with low temperatures of 24 along coastal areas to 67 inland and 63 in the higher elevations. Only isolated showers can be expected. The winds will blow from the east at 5 to 10 knots and the sea state will be light sharp. A low tide will occur at 7 minutes past 7 this morning, a high at 1:05 in the afternoon, another low at 7:30 tonight, and a high at 1:24 a.m. The sun will rise at 6:26 this morning and set at 5:43. The moon rise at 9:39 a.m. and set at 10:11 p.m. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for fair weather to continue with little to no rain. In the sargassum forecast, satellite observations continue to show a few sargassum mats offshore. The forecast suggests that these mats will remain mostly offshore during the next few days with minimal impacts along the coast of Belize. And that concludes your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Our news package. On Thursday, in the High Court, Justice Martha Alexander heard submissions for two applications in relation to the Joseph Budna constitutional claim in which he alleges that on August 22nd, 2025, state actors kidnapped him, tortured him, failed to render aid, and expelled him to Guatemala against his will in violation of International Human Rights Convention. The Attorney General, in asking the court to strike out the entire claim based on the facts, including that no cause of action is made out against some of the 11 defendants. Deputy Solicitor General Samantha Matut argued that in 149 paragraph affidavit, Budna relies on hearsay, saying he is informed of certain things and verily believes other information, but he does not cite his sources. As such, she affirmed that the claim does not comply with the civil procedure rules. She told the judge that there is nothing in the claim that warrants the court to exercise its jurisdiction and have the matter proceed. She classified the claim as prejudicial, scandalous, oppressive, and abusive. In the event the judge does not strike out the entire claim, Matut is asking that 4 defendants be removed. Submissions were also made for the second defendant, former Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa, to be removed from the claim. He is being represented by Courtney Coy LLB. In court, making submissions on his behalf yesterday was Senior Counsel Iman Courtney.
The application is to strike out the case against Minister Musa. And broadly speaking, on 2 bases. The Constitution of Belize says that if you have a constitutional claim or any civil claim against the state, the proper party as a defendant is the Attorney General and no other government functionary. And so as a matter of law, we said that the case is not properly conceived as against the minister. Secondly, There's a very long affidavit from Mr. Bodnar. I think it's 149 paragraphs long. And of that, there are about 10 paragraphs that allude, and I repeat, allude to Minister Musa. The fact is that there is no evidence that is before the court that in any way calls or provides evidence that Minister Musa was involved in whatever happened to Mr. Bodnar. And so we also submitted that as a matter of fact, there is no basis for the case to continue against Minister Musa. I think we made the point that this is a constitutional matter. It was filed from last year. We applied to strike it out, and they provided no evidence in answer to Mr. Musa's position that there is no case against him. And so we asked the judge to strike it out because there just really is no evidence against Minister Musa.
He countered that the evidence does not need to be presented at this point, but you're saying because it's a constitutional claim, it has to be now.
Well, Marisol, let's try to listen to that and to interrogate it. You are alleging that someone kidnapped you. You are alleging that someone tortured you. You are alleging that someone breached about 4 international conventions. The person says, I will strike it out. And your answer is, don't strike it out. Later on, I will tell you the evidence. As I said to the judge, many things are said in the street. Street facts do not constitute evidence. And Mr. Bodnar should get his tackle in order and bring evidence if he has any. It is not a matter of saying, you breach my constitutional right. You must defend the case, but I'm not going to tell you now what my allegations against you are. That's a joke.
He was saying that they have witnesses they can bring.
Do you believe him? I don't.
We also spoke to Musa, who said that he would rather be elsewhere.
Things that I could be doing right now, but as an officer of the court, as you know, I am an attorney at law. I know it is my duty to make an appearance when it is that we have a court date. I think that that is perhaps one of the beauties of our democracy, that anybody could sue anybody, no matter how absurd or how frivolous, or as you have heard yourself, how fanciful that may be. And it's my duty as the minister, the then Minister of Home Affairs, and being named specifically in this claim for me to appear. And so I found it to be my duty to appear here today.
And you know that the public will probably have some pushback against that, or criticism, I'd say.
I don't see how. As you could imagine, this case was brought against me. It's fraught with irregularities. Let's start there in terms of the procedure, because not only does it say the Minister of National Security, I believe, or Home Affairs, but it then names me. And so the claimant is going after me personally and as the minister, and so they didn't even know in what capacity they are bringing the claim, as you heard Mr. Saldiva on his foot say again today. So that is one of the complications, because ordinarily this case would have had the representation of the Attorney General for all parties, but because it named me personally, I decided to hire a private law firm to handle this matter.
We asked Musa if he is concerned about the matter of police officer Gabriel Powell going to court. If you will recall, Powell claims that he is the victim of a punitive transfer because he revealed to higher-ups in the department that he is aware of the involvement of high officials in the Bodnar kidnapping.
Not concerned at all, and I think the Prime Minister was perfectly right that if there is evidence that is in his position, then he should share that with the DPP.
Minister, for one last time.
I do know him personally, yes. He was assigned to the ministry, albeit I did not see him quite often, maybe once, twice a year, but he was assigned to the ministry.
For one last time, you had no knowledge, or did you have knowledge about the Bodnar kidnapping,
absolutely
that it was going to go down?
I absolutely did not. So please refer to all my interviews I've given on that. No,
you were not the Kareem.
No, absolutely not.
Notably, Thursday's hearing proceeded despite the AG and other defendants not being served. Attorney for Bodnar, Arthur Saldiva, explained that he had personal difficulties and also that they have faced challenges in liaising with changing Guatemalan attorneys for the claimant. some of whom, he said, simply decided not to proceed with the case after visiting Budna in prison. The judge has reserved her decision. The government of Belize has emerged victorious in the suit brought by Pharmacy Express Limited and 3 related pharmaceutical businesses in the 4th Street Tourism Village in Belize City. They claim damages of $12 million in lost profits. The case dates back to August 10, 2022. Inspection at the location by the Ministry of Health, accompanied by the police. At the conclusion of the search, pharmaceutical products were seized and the businesses were ordered to be closed. The claimants argued that the actions were taken without notice and they were not given the opportunity to be heard. However, the Attorney General argued that the businesses, the majority owned by Julius Zabani, were operating without the required license and were in contravention of other laws. Furthermore, the government submitted that during previous inspection dates dating back to 2017, the businesses were notified that they were non-compliant. In her decision delivered on Wednesday, High Court Justice Nadine Nabi found that the claimants failed to prove that their constitutional rights were breached, and so their claim filed on October 25th, 2024 was dismissed. They were ordered to pay some of the government's costs. The claimants were represented by Senior Counsel Dean Barrow and Auguste Finnegan, while the Attorney General was defended by Senior Counsel Magali Marin Young, Alistair Jenkins, and Deputy Solicitor General Samantha Matut. During Thursday's interview, Honorable Karim Musa was asked if he supports BTL's proposed purchase of SpeedNet/Smart. He deflected by stating that the cabinet would release its official position on the matter following consultations. He did state, however, that he does not believe the purchase would create a monopoly, instead saying that he feels a super competition is coming to the industry soon. He also said that there was no need for the Prime Minister to recluse himself from the cabinet's discussion in the proposal.
I'm sure you saw the press release from Cabinet that we will put out our formal position once the consultations have been done.
Sir, but 23 years ago, your father, Said Musa, introduced competition on the telecom sector. Is it retrograde to go back to a monopoly?
I don't see it as a monopoly, and I'll tell you why. I believe that we are entering into an era of super competition. When you look at Starlink, when you look at the type of resources that they're going to be coming with in terms of implementing their networks here in country, and other potential networks from international sources, it's going to be super competition. Again, it's not the Prime Minister that owns the company, and the Prime Minister, as a matter of fact, even offered to recuse himself. But that did not stop us. We said, no, it isn't necessary, Prime Minister. That did not stop us from voicing our very candid questions that we had, concerns that we had. And so it did not have that type of impact. And so, like I said, he offered to recuse himself, but Cabinet did not feel that necessary.
There have been reports that there is a planned downsizing of the Leadership Intervention Unit, LIU. Yesterday, former Minister of Police, Honorable Karim Musa, clarified that such proposal has not been brought to the Cabinet. He admitted that the LIU has not reached the heights envisioned by the late William Dawson, but said that the crime statistics show that LIU has been instrumental in keeping major crime lower in recent years.
From the information that I'm getting, at least at the cabinet level, I don't hear any move being made to downsize it. I think the Leadership Intervention Unit, as envisioned by the late William Dawson is such an incredible concept. Yes, there's a long way to go in terms of implementing a lot of what he had envisioned for the program, but you can clearly see a result in terms of the statistics each year. The last 3 years, for the first time in over 25 years, we've had under 90 murders, or 90 and below, I believe, when we used to have 140. And so when you look at it from a clear black and white statistical purpose, you can see where it has had an impact. And so I would hope that it's something that we can continue and even strengthen as we move ahead.
And that is our news package for this morning, the 23rd day of January 2025. There's more news coming up. A brief will be at 12 o'clock, another one at 3, and a full news broadcast at 5:15, all this on CREM Radio. Here on XTV, we bring you the entire news broadcast at 6 o'clock this evening. It's now 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. We'll take a short break, come back, and we'll open the phone lines. It's free calls this morning. Looking forward.
Informative, accurate, current information. CREM's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Maras me, my data and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Mandela is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and it's us today. No guests, just your calls, your conversation, and we look forward to having a useful conversation this morning. I have some notes that I have brought to share, but I don't want to turn this into a lecture. You know, I've got some background information that I want to share this morning, but that is secondary to your calls. So our numbers here is 280-5848, and you're welcome to call in now and to be a part of this premier conversation that takes place every weekday morning here in Belize. This is the new year 2026, and we hope to maintain that standard and that level of communication with the community so that we're not distant from your concerns. And we try to avoid theorizing and sky piloting and try to keep as grounded as we can on the real issues. So the number here is 280-5848, and we ask you to call in and to make your points. I want to just say a couple of things on what I see going on internationally. Of course, you see that the President of the United States is being himself. You know, you don't want to call him a flip-flop because he's far from being a flip-flop. But he's a man that changes his mind very rapidly. And in some business quarters, that is considered good. They say if you made a bad decision and a better decision come to you, and you don't switch to that better decision, or you don't move from your, intransigent, then, something is wrong with you. You ought to be flexible enough to read new realities and be able to adjust yourself. So when he started this Greenland thing, and it started months ago, that he has the right, by his power of being the United States, to take over Greenland. Now, Greenland is an area way far north of the globe that has been administered by Denmark, which is a country in Europe. And the history says that Greenland was sort of handed over to Denmark, being one of the allies, to administrate. But of late, Trump has been advancing a position by his military that Greenland is a strategic location that requires more military presence of the United States and the allies in order to combat China and Russia, whose geography is also in that area near to Greenland. When he did not get the kind of response favorably from his European allies, he began to talk in this very aggressive way that we are take it over, and we're going to move in there and just do what we have to do. And those of you in Europe who look as though you might have some difference with this, he became belligerent. He said, well, look, we won't just drop some tariff per UNO to make you understand that we are serious about this plan. And so he actually went to Davos with this idea that we are going to go into Greenland. We're going to take our military into Greenland as an invasion. Imagine that. You're going to invade a place that is already administered by you and the rest of the Europeans. Greenland is not Venezuela. Greenland is not Cuba. Greenland is not some place that you could put up there and say, well, this is a avowed enemy. No, these are people who identify with you as Europeans. These are people who are part of your clan. But he was advancing this idea in a very belligerent kind of self-confident way. And then he saw the markets and how the markets, meaning Wall Street, was being affected by his belligerence. And Wall Street basically are numbers there about what they call the stock exchange, where they basically monitor with numbers what is going up and what is going down in terms of stock. And clearly, what he heard from Wall Street, from the market, was that, look, your announcement is causing serious problems in the market. And it looks very, very bad what may very well happen if you pursue that type of movement. He obviously listened more to the Wall Street concerns than even the blowback that he was getting from his European allies. So in his speech or his address at the World Summit Forum, I should call it, he decided that, look, this may not be the best thing to do. So we are not going to invade Greenland. And he pulled back also a few hours after that we are not going to impose tariffs. So Mr. Trump clearly is not a flip-flop man, but he's a man that reads, if we could use that old term, the tea leaves. And if it doesn't look as though it's in favor of his overall projection, he's willing to step back. And he's done this in many occasions, saying we're going to do this, and then he pulls back from doing that particular thing. But it doesn't take away from the overall thinking and worldview of this particular president. This president is, we want to say, unprecedented, because really you've had presidents like this in the past. For example, Theodore Roosevelt, or Teddy Roosevelt as he was called, the cowboy president, who instituted or provoked the Spanish-American War. One who was interested in making sure that the doctrine of Monroe, a president that came before him and developed this concept of the Monroe Doctrine, which if you bring it up in your studies, the Monroe Doctrine was really to say that this part of the world, from Canada all the way down to Argentina, this is for me. And that part over there, that's for you. And so we don't want you to have any kind of administrative power in this area. And that must be clear to you that this is an American area. Later came terms like America's backyard and all that kind of thing, mostly coming from journalists explaining that policy. But the reality is that America saw this region as primarily them and theirs because of their being the most powerful nation in this area. So the United States has always kept an eye on what's going on in this part of the world and has had very serious concerns about what governments are trying to do in this area and making sure that they monitor what is going on in this area. But after the two world wars and the United Nations coming about in the mid-40s and laying out a charter which they said in that preamble that we don't want to go back to war. It was something like, I think in the Bible, that talks about melting down your pawn shares and turning it into agriculture. I can't quote the exact area, but this was a mindset that we are no longer going to try to settle our disputes by war, but rather by negotiations, and we are setting up this rule of order that whenever we are having problems, whether you're a big country or a small country, that you have an equal voice. It was not really equal when you understand the composition of the United Nations General Assembly, and above it was this thing called Security Council with the right to veto whatever decisions were made. So it was skewed from the very beginning, but we went along with it. And with that assertion of your own independence and your own thinking, it caused this independence movement. In India was the first, then in different parts of Africa, Ghana stood out. Then you started to see that same kind of movement here in this part of the world, trying to throw off the influence, primarily economic and political influence of whatever was going on in this part of the world called the Americas, North, South, and Central America. So America then looked at whatever political and economic moves were taking place in this region. Why? Because with the concept that this area belongs to them, there were all kinds of American economic activities going on here, setting up factories, setting up this and setting up that, and pulling out the banana. You had this United Fruit Company that was all over Central America, including pulling out bananas out of Belize. So they've had this economic control over this area. Then came Cuba, which was a direct punch in the nose of America. And something we need to understand about Cuba, that is when Batista was ruling Cuba, he did it with an iron fist, and he did it on behalf of all the businesses, American mostly, that were invested in Cuba. But it created a strangling society for the Cubans, where increase in prostitution, increase in poverty, and increase in crimes within that society, and the sufferation of the people that were suffering under that. And so when the Cuban Revolution, as it's called, was germinated and succeeded in pushing out Batista, it is said in the history that the first group that Fidel Castro went to see were the President and the State Department in Washington, D.C., reaching out and saying, look, we want to be free, we want to think independent, we love what you did. The Declaration of Independence is what we hold up as an example of what we as small countries want to do. In other words, we want to work with you. But the State Department and the White House said, no, those were our investors. Batista and them were indirectly working for our way of life. Yes, you had certainly things there, and we will correct that over a period of time, but you can't just take over that government. But something else was in the equation. It had, over World War II, created a situation there where you call the East-West. Yes, welcome, caller.
Good morning, Brother Nuri.
Yes, good morning, sir.
That proverbial voice crying out in the wind.
Yes, my brother, welcome.
But I am hopeful. I listened to the Prime Minister and the Minister of Rural Development proclaiming that they are going to do some investment work in the rural areas, which means that there's a possibility that this program to get the gang members out in the land farming, that might come up in that program. I am still hopeful that we can get this program going, because I think that it's going to be very beneficial to the guys and to the country. Idle hands, I can't, that whole saying, what?
Idle minds is the devil's workshop.
Right. And I have seen the things that I have seen what these guys can do when given the chance to do it.
Yes, sir.
In the prisons, they work in the industrial zone. They get work on the farm. So given a chance for you to be doing something else, I think it would work out.
Yes, I agree with you.
I want to be proven wrong. I want them to get this program going, because I think it's going to be beneficial to the guys that's hanging out in the streets with nothing to do, and for the country.
I agree with you, brother.
In the prison, so you know what I'm talking about. You're a part of the LIU, so you know what I'm talking about.
Certainly.
Anyway, I leave you with that, Brother Nuri.
All right, my brother.
I listen every day.
I thank you.
I'm hoping that sooner or later
it will happen.
The politicians and the people with the money.
One thing I can say is that you have consistently.
Be surprised what comes out of it.
You have been consistently, brother, trying to get that point across over the last few years, and part of my comments today will deal with that. Let me go directly and say that...
Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, sir.
And listen up here.
Yes. The LIU is the latest effort to try to address this issue, and I wanted to, if I didn't get any calls this morning, take some time to talk about the history of interventions. Yes, welcome, caller.
Morning.
Yeah, morning, sir.
Mr. Nuri talking about the LIU. I just want to touch a little piece of that and our next topic quick.
Okay.
I was calling for the LIU deep down in Dean Barrow's admin when the killing was like 142 per year. I don't know about no party, no politics, but this are the timeline. It never happened underneath the Red Party. We see. When LIU kick in, that when we had talks with Karim Musa and make Karim Musa know that one part of the problem, but the next part of the problem is the national youth movement. The national youth movement will take these youth and we take them from 7 in the morning and you nurture them through the day, and that night we drop them back home where I invest about $50 million in this national youth movement where I change youth their mindset. That time if they compliment the LIU, it not happen yet. And then and Karim, Mr. Dawson, if Mr. Dawson may live in all these things me I done they happen already, like when Mr. Dawson say if he may have the money, so William Dawson he may not spend it because he don't worry about money for himself, and not that the way how I feel about things. The next topic, Port Coral, the tourism industry. Me and you know that the people there who supposed to get a Nobel Peace Prize and they think that Miss Finstein, Michaela Finstein and Mr. Mike Finstein, their people there, they try to bring the first cruise tourism port to this country. Their people have spent nearly $1 million to save the Belize Reef, Miss Finstein. I was there, Sticks was there, all the workers was there, Miss Ashanti was there, everybody was there. That lady spent $1 million of money to save the reef. And the thanks where the government give this lady, that disrespect, and where give Mr. Mike that disrespect, and where give Miss Michaela that disrespect. Mr. Mala disrespect the people, and the banks in this country, the two predatory banks. We know who I talk about. I don't need to call the banks their name. But the reason why we don't have a decent port, the reason why we don't have a decent cruise port yet in this country, the reason why we don't have a decent national youth movement to change the mindset, because the people who top of this country, the same countryman, what we call countryman, where we so-called elect, we not elect nobody, because we know that the large won the 2 party, and they won the 2 PM, and they won all the people in the 2 party. So Belize, they got to by the neck. They got to by the neck and with the sleep. And we need to stop sleep, and we need to get up. We need to get up, because here what happened is Miss Finstein never invest that $1 million in Save the Reef campaign, and we'll go back and see it. Many people sign their signature, 30,000 people sign their signature. And these are the thanks what I give there. Make this Atlantic Bank. Who owns this Atlantic Bank? Who owns Belize Bank? That is C2 predator who have reaped billions out of this country. And we what we no make no kind of thing happen over this airwaves. I know so what I really have to say about Belizean. They have us by the neck. We saw the PM operate like a dictator. We saw the PM operate like a dictator. He don't know nothing. No day he don't know nothing. No day he don't know nothing. And that's the reason why I moved Karim Musa LIU, because they know that Karim Musa will implement the next half of LIU, which is the National Youth Movement. The National Youth Movement, may I got the youth thing. No have to build a house when they come out of college. Then may I got the land. All youth, may I have one card where they go, we're going to get money for an incentive. Then may I get drop home everything, but listen to me. The people at top of this country don't understand. You cannot win. What will happen to UDP? You cannot win. Mr. Briceño cannot win. No care who you put there. Mr. Mira, no, you cannot win. Because you do the wrong thing. When we were taking down the UDP, say what you may do, you not do it. And now, God has lost the PUP the same way. No, you can't talk up against Briceño. The people vote 26-5. They don't vote for nothing. Kiss nobody. They vote on pay. Tell Briceño the truth. I know, not like me. Every day they threaten about they kill me. Every day they threaten that I want to be an ex-butler, but I don't give a damn. I haven't been in war with billionaires. I have saved the Steve Adore job. And make I tell you what happened to the cane farmers. The cane farmers, then they bleed because they turn against the Steve Adore. Then they bleed. And the Steve Adore, then they come out Uno again and the Reef again. Then they come out Uno and the Reef against Stevedore because Ashcraft not done yet. Ashcraft still the country, build a port, that cruise tourism port. And Uno, Stevedore, don't be a fool and an idiot. Don't let them tell you all kind of beauty will drop out of the sky and gold, because listen to me, when you see that container port, move to Big Creek, it ain't coming back. No tourists, no one, no bang, 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 when they come on their ship, so they cannot put a container port beside a cruise tourism port. Don't be an idiot, Stevedore. I fight to save on a job. I fight to save 300 families living on the south side, because south side may be a worse war zone without 300 Stevedore working and over 300 families, getting from that. But Mr. Nuri, I respect you, and we have to talk more, and you hear Big River more on the radio, because the people they need to hear the truth. Respect.
All right, sir. Good. You said a lot, and in what we have to say here, we will touch a little bit of that. But we'll stop at this point and go to 2 Cents Cam. That's Brother Brick City, and that's sponsored by Fort Point Security.
Watching WB, and this is XTV. I gotta say big respect to 4 Point Security. It's Big Up Friday. Let's go find all the people in 2 cents and they get their big up.
Well, I say big up the whole world, and big up everybody in it, and hold and clean heart and good meditation, call the fire stay hot.
Don't Big Up Friday, who you want big up?
Who I want big up? Big up everybody themselves.
Don't say.
Right. Because nobody have big me up.
The medical profession.
Alright.
My sister.
Name?
Shiana.
Alright, big up.
Jamie Landero.
Alright.
Nobody.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m. en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Mama's me. My data and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Of appliances that just don't last, appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
Be a first-time homeowner. I always dream of owning my own home. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, so I want to leave something for my children.
In my case, moving up here in Ladyville in 1978, it was a similar housing program, and my grandmother bring us up here to Ladyville when I was 1 year old, and came into a housing program in the New Site area, and that changed our life completely because basically my grandmother said we were from house to house in Belize City. I had a roof over my head, I don't have to worry about moving and stuff like that. So I could feel the same joy that Shahid and others, the hundreds who have already received houses before. So I would like to see more of this get done in Ladyville, and of course the country of Belize, no?
Many young people right now, it's kind of difficult to get your own land and a home. So for me, it's a great opportunity to start. I know it's mine, I go invest in my own.
Well, we are starting the new year with a new starter house, no? And that is very good for all of us. With this will be the 8th starter house, and it's 8 families that are benefiting. I would like we be inaugurating at least 1,000, but it's just one. And maybe in the future will be another one, and that is good. That is the way to continue this new year.
Baseball is back in Belize like never before. Join us on January 24th, 2026 at the softball field in Sandhill Village for a full day of excitement as Belize hosts the Babe Ruth National Tournament, a first for our country. Bring your rods and flags and come cheer on Team Belize as we go head to head with Guatemala and Mexico. We start at 9 a.m. sharp. Food and drinks will be on sale, giveaway throughout the day. This is a historic moment for Belizean baseball. Come out, show your support, and be a part of it. Baseball is back in Belize. Don't miss it.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and it is a Friday morning, the 23rd day of January 2026. And our numbers are open here, 280-5848, and you're welcome to join us in this conversation. I wanted to reflect a little bit on what the first caller said about our youths going back to agricultural program. We have known for a long time, and it is not rocket science. That's why us taking the length of time we have taken to try to get this together. And believe me, when I say the time we've taken to get it together, I'm talking about at the top of our society, the leaders, the parents, not the children running around and create problem in the house. I'm talking about the parents. And in this scenario, the parents is the government. They make the decision that filters down to programs like LIU, to CYDP, to all of these other intervention type programs. So next month, February 2025, will make 30 years ago that we attempted intervention called CYDP. It was in the UDP. But I will also tell you that after the UDP came the PUP's intervention on the same cohort, the same group that CYDP did not give sufficient attention to because of politics. And as that faded out, the same problem came back up. And then the government of the PUP tried to deal with it. And then it went down again. I mean, the UDP got rid of programs like Youth for the Future, which is a dynamic, comprehensive program that won an award internationally. I had to go to Australia to pick up an award for CYDP being the best program of its kind among youths. They killed that program. All you got left of Youth for the Future now is Youth for the Future Drive. So governments have to take the responsibility as the parents for why is this thing continuing the way it's continuing. And don't go down at the bottom here and blame them. Why? Them boy, they're like children out of control that need to be disciplined. Now some of us say, well, you need to bust their ass and just grab them and lash their ass till they understand that would bring them into order. But we've tried that. Over the 30 years, we have increased the prison sentences. We have made it more draconian. We've done everything we could to beef up the police, to radically deal with them boy up on the street. The police have been given more equipment, more ways in which to suppress and to control. And we still got a problem 30 years later. So we need to look at what we are not doing and what we were doing that worked. So 30 years ago, we attempted to get these youths on the land. And I'm speaking now to the caller that repeatedly calls over the last 3 years to say, Ella, you said they do something about the land, where they go on with them boy upon the land. Over and over, this gentleman calls himself a voice in the wilderness. He's been asking the same question. But it's not an LIU initiative alone. It goes back to 30 years ago when CYDP was also trying to get these youths on the land. We even had a boat program where Brasta was able to get some the people in the fishing industry to donate boats to the CYDP program. And we had some of these brothers building their own we call fish trap and lobster trap and gone out to sea and bringing in the product. We had all of that. But we didn't build on the success of that. Why? Politics. While that was going on under the UDP, the PUP was damning it. They were saying, this is something, and I throw dirty water upon that. It's a part of our culture. Is a part of the reason why we have not been able to get that particular clientele under control, because of the political changes. When the UDP is doing something good in terms of those youths, PUP is condemning them. When the PUP come in and doing something positive with those youth, the UDP condemn them. As they condemn the LIU, which is now an initiative coming from the PUP. I'm not finished with this. Welcome, caller.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum assalam, sir.
Brother Nuri, we've been down this road before.
Many times, man. But it somehow, Brick, we know to read the signs, so we continue to go over and over along, almost like we're in our maze and can't find ourselves out of the maze.
Make I take one.
Go through.
Make I take on 2 lines out where you just did said. It reached to the point now, brother Nuri, where they don't really care no more. Make we go way there now. Make we put everything behind we for all the work that have been put in, for all the effort and all the try. The point now, probably they know, brother Nuri, is that they really don't care no more. Word on the street is that LIU don't even really exist. That's the word on the street. That LIU that waste of time. You understand? Because you have one percentage of the people just not dip on that. We believe here the one, no pampering, no petting, crime the crime, and criminal a criminal. But anyway, the only thing I will say right now, and I will give credit to it, is that there is slow process of they're working on make sure that majority of the youths in with the boat right now get a chance in a sport. That guy won't damage. But at least I could say, least effort with that. But anyway, that's the outcome right now.
Yeah.
I see that in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Every day. Sports, they want it. They want it. Even the football, you don't like football, the ball from a brand new pitch. I didn't know what pitch mean, but I think that feel. Right? The thing is, brother Nuri, I see you do this for the past 30 years. And you're right. CYDP may have a serious impact. CYDP may have a lot of program. In fact, CYDP was a building that you could have go, sit down, and get educated, get counseling. But as times go by, and the way how the crime situation go, then got some people right now, brother, and we're just not into that. They not depend on that. They don't believe in that. They don't believe that we could make a difference. They don't believe we could. They don't believe that they want change. They always put the wrong people in a position that we don't want to do that. They're not interested in that. Because, brother, if you're interested in a program to make a change, you will come up with brilliant ideas. And there's a lot of ideas. They used to have farming program, fishing program. They used to have program probably by the end of the day. The youth, they look forward for go to work every day. But when you turn back on the youth, where you think they're going back to? And it goes to where you say, brother Nuri, all the way to the top. All the way to the top. When the last time you hear one minister come and address the problem with our youths? Our youths. Everybody interested in a detail. Everybody interested in everything. We got big money to deal with. And all of them, they play monopoly with themselves, and all of them got their hand in the cookie jar. You understand? That's the reality, brother Nuri. I hear what you say now. Right?
Yeah.
But you look at this one, you have to carry the grave with you.
No, I don't think so. I think that there are people out there listening. Brick, there's a thing they call it's a way of communicating with people, and I just put it in our simplified form. You got a certain amount of people out there where they listen, but they're not activated because they're not really engaged. But those who are engaged because they got a son, they got a daughter, or they got a neighbor, or they know something about it, then they're giving a listening ear. But if you know they affect them, then just moving on, because everybody got their issues they have to deal with in life. Why should I pay attention to this? It only becomes an attention when it hit Channel 7 or XTV News. And then you will say, boy, look, and then we pay attention, but it's a limited lifespan of that attention. It's not a long term, I'm engaged, I want to see how we solve this problem. No, it's just the element of the news. After it's done, I gone back home to my business. What do we need? We need, and you know this, Rick, because 30 years ago you were there. We need an intervention that is consistent and non-political. I have said a long time ago that the PUP and UDP should have stayed out of this as a point of contention, just the way they have done with the Guatemalan issue. Before they came together with the Guatemalan issue, PUP and UDP used to, PUP, the Guatemala, and UDP, they try save, or NIP, they try save we from Guatemala. And it was a contentious situation there, and it didn't look good internationally for us. And so at
and
some...
Nuri, Brian Nuri, ever cut you short, but you remember this, Brian Nuri? It is not that bad now, from what I could recall, to then. Then it was horrible, then it was... now, there is much more. With the technology with the boat, there is much more you could know, Brian Nuri. Especially because you are determined to want to do something. There is much more you could do now than when CYGP me there. Trust me, man.
Absolutely. This is the opportune time, believe me. And I'll tell you this. You can't send nobody up at the cabinet level no got some consciousness of this problem and want to make a change. They're not all of them like that. You can't throw them out like that. There are individuals within that cabinet that understand what is going on and want to see it advance. But we cannot advance that program in a skewed way, only in this. It has to be a very broad approach, and that is the missing link to this. For example, when that gentleman talked about a land program, that ought to have been one of the people around the table of LIU was the Ministry of Agriculture. And that they would take that on as their particular project because they have the land officers, they know the land, they know what to do, etc. You can't put the people who are working in LIU to coordinate that. How they do that? And then you can't take their lead boy and put them out there either with battle axe and mosquito and all and thing and keep them out there without an orientation as to what they do. So these programs can work if we pay quality attention to it. But it can't be held to scale. Why we run one agriculture program? Who want to go to the land? I want to go to the land. Yeah, all right, good. So we got a lot of them boy out there by the land that was given to us by Dr. Rosado. How long they stay? Less than a year, and everybody abandoned it and gone. Why? Because the administration of LIU cannot coordinate that program. That's why we had the concept of an interaction with different leaders around the table. Look, one of the things that hold on, Brick. I'll give back to you in a minute. I want to tell this to you, this Brick. Listen. Of course I know everybody. But listen, one of the issues that these youths have always needed to help them in their transition, kind of one transition the youth you have to make. We got damaged good over here with the youth here because of the structure. And we need to bring them back with hope, training, and structure. That's where the religious people should have come in. And initially, some of them were around the table. Well, where are they now? We should not be trying to develop counseling with people where they got no spiritual center to try to deal with these youths at LIU. We should have the church. We have the religious people whose orientation is to deal with your head, deal with your mind, give you hope, give you strength, and put you out there again with the work. But we know to do that. We are turning around and saying, women said Dawson to do with you. Why this one? How come when you do this? You're blaming people who are doing excellent work at the forefront to stop people from killing one another. That's why I'm glad that Kareem said in his interview that, look, LIU has produced results. Look at the statistic that just came out yesterday. Murder is gone down. In the area of gang murders, it's gone down. So LIU did work. And all of these programs of intervention have worked, but they have not been sustained. Look, there's a program similar to CYDP in Peru. And Peru, when we visited Peru, Peru said that this program has been running for 20 years, undisturbed. No political people get involved with this because this is the way youth there where they try to deal with it. And you can't just make police deal with it. It has to be comprehensive. So when you read the document for LIU, you see this comprehensive concept. When you read the document for Youth for the Future, you see this comprehensive. When you read the document for CYDP, again, you see this comprehensive thing. So why is it that it broken down and keep over and over? This administration come in and start all over like Sisyphus. The ball run down the hill, and then the next administration come and try push it up to the top of the hill. The next administration come in after that, it roll back down the hill, and that is exact. And you know that, Brick. I don't have to convince you of that because you were there. You were part of those successes at it was called Youth Enhancement Academy at your time, and you were one of the stars of that program. So and look at you now, an entrepreneur, a person dealing, you know, look at Will West. Look at these brothers who came in one situation, but as a result of that transformation, went back out into the society and became useful citizens. What makes you think that we can't still do that today if we set up the proper structure to accomplish those goals? Now, I know we're frustrated, and you got a lot of people say, boy, just like you said earlier, Brick, just lock them up, man. We don't depend on, you know, pet and powder. Man, you lock up them, boy, we give them enough chance. Man.
Right now, the youth then at the street, they say the 13th Amendment is active, but it's a low key, but it's active.
Well, they've closed down the 13th Amendment and its implication, but I understand what you're saying. And what I'm saying, brother, is that I hope that we can put this concept, no LIU, the concept of change of these youths, that we put it back on the front burner and not lose faith in the possibilities of what can happen with this program. Because the talk is going around that maybe this LIU thing now a waste of time where they try that over. Well, make it dump that, man. Let it dump that. You know, say that not the work. So what is the alternative? Bukele? You would not want to start dealing with Bukele, and you don't even understand what brought about Bukele. Bukele was dealing with a 50-year period there with that MS-13, a 50-year period of an international network. They were stronger as an organized body in the United States like LA and New Mexico and Texas. They were stronger in those areas than they even were in Salvador. When the Americans started to rung them up and send them back to Salvador, that is when the MS-13 got really, really big. And they were very organized with $1 million. Now you show me in Belize, which of these youths and which of these little youth organizations got $1 million in the bank? You show me how organized they are to be able to. So you cannot compare what we're dealing with here with what is going on in El Salvador and try to take those draconian moves to put these youths in a C cup type thing like what they got to Salvador. That's like trying to kill one mosquito with a hammer, my brother. You don't want to go that far because we still have within this area here opportunities to really make this thing work. I got to take the break, though, bro.
All right, brother.
You could call back, because this is good conversation.
Yeah, but we had to tell her, brother, we had to tell her is that, we don't want to understand is that, what I explain to you is that, right now, if we there, you will get more control over it till you get out of hand again. It will get out of hand because you have a new breed of generation, the sprout out, a new breed, and it's spread now. If you notice it spread countrywide. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the reality what we have, that reality what we are faced now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, brother Nuri, I am not targeting nobody, but I'm saying this, is that you can't put somebody in our program, brother Nuri, who have not been there from the beginning with the experience and want to do it. You have to want to do this. This is not just grab somebody and put it in a LIU and say you are run LIU. You have to put somebody who wants to do this, brother Nuri. Yeah. Who wants to do this? You know?
Yes,
or it's all they are doing a couple on TV that do fancy talking, but no action. Yeah. You have to want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not an easy process. And you know that. Because you have to get out your bed at night when people are dead out the road. You understand?
Yes, sir.
To try and make sure that you calm it down. Because it's easy for you to escalate. And you know, one time when they get out of control, sometimes they can't even talk to these youths. That's one of the reality what we face every day.
Yeah.
You have got people in their place. That's the thing I always have a problem with the government. Because by the time when internet get in, they never put key people at certain spots who want to do these things, Brother Nuri.
Yeah.
Then they go by, oh, we just want to put this brother there, or put that sister there. First of all, the thing now bad from the time they involve the police department to make them be part of a life. That's probably gone bad right there.
Well, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me, Brother Nuri. The streets, they look on it like that one spot the power. That once you go to LI, you're an informer. What do you think they can't get the real killing in? What do you think they can't get the real battery in? Huh? Because they're not going there. Because they say, until as they get exposed to them, and as soon as you know I am in jail. You get what I'm saying? You have to be on a program where these youths know their mind is at ease. The law won't be the law. The law could do their job on their own. But the reality is, you have to be. You remember for CYDP, no police never did it. And when the police did it, he never go on like our police. He never go like our police. You know, CYDP used to be CYDP doctor for run to CYDP as a youth. A youth that may have battery daily, a youth cause problem. They call CYDP, hand you over because that's the right thing to do. Because they never just tolerate that. There never be no umbrella to cover up that. You understand? And you know this. You know this.
All right, brother. I want you to call back because this is an interesting conversation. We'll take the break and we'll be right back.
If music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Bleeze here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. This national forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Then level up at the Capacity Building Forum on Saturday, January 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Both of them, they happen at the Bliss Center in Belize City. Topics include music, business, production, marketing, EI, genre development, and full music ecosystem. The deadline to register is January 16th, and for more information, you could call 227-2110 or email nsarccsbelize@gmail.com. Big Tune Empowerment Forum, where Belize's music moves forward. Let's go. See you there.
When working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Screws affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Screws Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Baseball is back in Belize like never before. Join us on January 24th, 2026 at the softball field in Sandhill Village for a full day of excitement as Belize hosts the Babe Ruth National Tournament, a first for our country. Bring your rods and flags and come cheer on Team Belize as we go head to head with Guatemala and Mexico. We start at 9 a.m. sharp. Food and drinks will be on sale, giveaway throughout the day. This is a historic moment for Belizean baseball. Come out, show your support, and be a part of it. Baseball is back in Belize. Don't miss it.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
When our community comes together, hope shines brightest. Join us Friday, January 30th at 7 p.m. for Hope for Dr. Eck, a special fundraising event at the House of Culture. Enjoy great music by Firestarter Sounds, Tone Jam, DJ Clarks, and DJ Woody. Delicious food and drinks on sale, raffle prizes, and dancing, all in support of Dr. Eck. Tickets are $100 per person, and tables are only $50 seating 6, plus a complimentary glass of wine. Prayer of Healing begins at 7 p.m. Presented by Modisco and Niche. For tickets, WhatsApp 624-1828. Hope for Dr. Egg, Friday, January 30th at 7 p.m. at the House of Culture.
Welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Interesting conversation this morning, and we'd like you to join us. We've made notes, but we don't want to make it a monologue. We've said quite a bit, I'd like to pull back on being the only speaker and have you join us. Our number is 280-5848. Thank you for the calls that we've gotten so far. It's an important subject. It's a subject we continue to talk about. It's one of those topics that will not go away. And, you know, I said earlier that in most societies, crime is the responsibility of the government of the country. And it is easy for the opposition to take the position to blame the government for not being effective with crime. We see that in the UK, we see in the United States, all over. So it's no different here in Belize. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, morning, brother Nuri.
Yeah, my brother.
How you doing?
Good, man.
New Year, we're here.
All right,
Yes,
Will, welcome.
Yeah, brother Nuri, first of all, I want to start off by, you know, just congratulating Brother Jerry Enriquez for all the wonderful work that he's doing in trying to advocate for justice for all. You know,
Indeed.
But this morning, like I called because, okay, I'd hear about the sugar prices going up, and when I heard like on the radio, and maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, but their justification for raising the price of brown sugar and white sugar, which we know a lot of the people, especially the poorest of the poor people, benefit from because they make the leaf pastries and they sell that from the street side and other things. So their sugar are very important to especially the poorest of the poor people. Me, myself, definitely not a fan of sugar, but yes, we like to eat sweets every now and again. But their justification for raising the price of white and brown sugar is to reduce contraband. So, my man, because you cannot man your border, you cannot police your streets, the poor people again have to suffer. This is the same thing like the motorcycle law whether they want to bring in, because you cannot be out there at night to arrest the drunk drivers who because 90% of all the accidents are drunk driving related. Then you're going to punish all the people who use their motorcycle, hard-working people who use their motorcycle to go to work every day. It's just, you know, I just think that, you know, they always like capitalize on the backs of the poor in this country. And it must stop. I mean, it must stop. And people, you know, like they say, they call nowhere weak fence there. It's like because they give you a ham to Christmas now, you are shut your mouth up. You can't say nothing. They chance you, they want to rape you, but don't worry, you get a ham, you know, so you can't get out there and protest. You can't get out there and do this, and you can't get out there and do that. I mean, Belizeans, I appeal to you got to wake up. Nuri, I mean, like over the Christmas holidays, and I said this and I will say it again, and I probably will say it throughout the year, the amount of people who I personally know who did not deserve that ham and turkey, got it, and now they have to shut their mouth up, and every time they get their ham and turkey, that money came to go to the marginalized people of this country, not to support us. And as a result, now, our country are just being taken like, you know, the people of this country, you get a ham, so shut up, you can't talk. You know, you can't reel about the sugar when they just jack your pan. You can't reel about, you know, the motorcycle, because remember, I may give your family a ham. You know, that kind of stuff. When are we Belizeans going to stop this craziness? You know, I mean, like, again, but the main point I wanted to bring up here, and I would hope that other people would, like, you know, heard the same thing I heard, that, oh, well, we have to raise the price of sugar because contraband. Come on, we should be happy that our sugar prices are lower than our neighbors. You know, I mean, but they can't man the border, they can't patrol the streets, you see. You know, Nuri, it's no more than a handful of people. They carry the underpriced sugar or the Belizean price sugar over the border. It's just a handful. They have to carry in a truck, so it's obvious that people that already have money, you know exactly who's taking the sugar across the border.
Yeah.
But no, we are raised the price so that, you know, we are raised the price even though we know that the poorest of the poor who depend on the sugar.
Yeah, my brother, you're making strong points there, Will. And indeed, you brought a picture to mind that we have porous border. We have ways in which outside Orange Walk they could carry the cattle across. and they also have ways in which they could carry them big truck of sugar across. So you would imagine that we could man the border because they're not all over the place that could cross the border. But it's not happening. And it's not only this administration, this problem with cattle across the border.
No. The other administration, in my opinion, worse and a lot of matters. In fact, they start a lot of this foolishness.
Yeah. But you know, it's well-placed persons. You know, it's well-placed persons. It's an allowance on the part of a particular area representative, allowing that particular person who may have funded his campaign, I will give you a run. And so indeed it is getting across, and it's not just this administration. But you're right. Why should we, the local consumer, suffer the raise in price of the local product when we don't got nothing to do with it going across the border? And so I understand what you're saying with reasoning in a lot. Yeah.
And the same thing for they want to come up with this motorcycle thing or $300 for the guy who, I know, Nuri, the majority of workers here in Toledo district use motorcycles.
Yeah.
And you know, the guys, they use it to go to work, they go to morning and they come back the evening. They're not drunk, they're not there at bar, they hang out, they use
but
but you know,
I was mentioning to my wife yesterday, we were driving and I tell her, I say, you see the motorcycle, then they go around here, then flipping through here. I say, $300, no one change that. Putting them in some kind of class to know, you know, and change that. Why? Because one of the problems, one of the elephant in this room here that we don't want to address is this moral issue. This me no care. This the me. I look here. And that kind of attitude that we have in our culture now. Not looking out for our brother. Not being caring for the rest, for the lower person or a little bit below us. We don't have that kind of, you know, I'm not saying it's disappeared all the way, but whereas that selfishness might have been at a 20% years ago, it's creeped up now, it's all up almost in the 50s to 60%. Whereas the 40% of people wear bricks and have that moral concern, we got a lot of people now, we don't got that. But you have to look at what created that. What broke down the culture? What broke down the society? And part of it has to do with our economic situation. A part of it has to do with the withdrawing of our religious people not being as aggressive. Then they take one position like, if you want to save, come to we, enough we church or enough we lead community, and then you will be saved. No, the religious people have to be prophetic. They have to get out there in the highways and byways where the people live. So I understand what you're saying, Brother Will. We got a serious situation in terms of how the government is acting. But we don't want to let ourselves off the hook in terms of our own responsibility, especially when it comes to dealing with them motorcycle, and only motorcycle, but other ways in which our people are affected by accidents, etc., etc. No? Just to add to what you're saying, my brother.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is that people, we have ourselves to blame because the amount of people who could like really stand up and say, you know what, I don't agree with this. You know, and you have to salute the few people who stand up and say, you know, I know deal with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you heard the lady from Miss Cantino. She stand up, she said, I know deal with this. You know, you have to respect people like that for that. But we have so many people in this country who are as educated as her, who just like
go long,
mouth like jaw, can't say nothing.
Go long, man. You go long, you know, say nothing. You cow down.
Like they get a leap perk, like no, I can't say nothing because the man drop a leaf ham at my house for Christmas. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
So there's a difference between the give your turkey and thing because you're my constituent and I know a lot of don't have turkey and I'll help you, right? But there's the other side to it. I give the turkey so that when my name come up in any controversy and I want you to throw dirty water upon me because remember I am the area representative that's giving you a lead handout. So in a sense that's the cynical part of it. But the other side of it is also good that some people will never get one turkey unless they get somebody at some level to give them that turkey.
Exactly, and that's who the turkey should go to the marginalized, the people who will not be able to enjoy a Christmas, when they want, who don't have them big pay, who don't, they still take it, and that's where we are going wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, and even in Belize City, my brother, like when we fight for redistricting, you know, even in Belize City, I was checking out the amount of money each constituency gets. I think they call it constituency support money or something like that. Right there, I was checking it out yesterday, and you know, I know, like in a Cordell division, he is one of the biggest divisions. Yet he, Cordell, big man minister, he get less than some of the other division, right inside of Belize City.
Yeah, what I think then they do is then they give it equal to everybody, get the same amount. So one person who only got 1,000 people, they get the same amount per we got 10,000 people.
I did the math, and in my opinion, like I still get screwed per capita.
Yeah.
Like I still get screwed. So like, you know what I mean, like even within the PUP, they have their favorite, this one that our better PUP, so I get more. You know, but that's a their business. But we are, I along with, you know, I support Jerry, and it's about justice and equality for all.
Yeah.
You know, this pie needs to be shared for all.
Yeah.
When the money is given to the people who are supposed to be marginalized, it needs to go to them, not to party hack.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And again, we have nobody but ourselves to blame, because it's right there. Everybody who makes catabrut and tableta and seaweed and anything they will sell should be up in arms in the street about the increase in the sugar prices, because the people because they can't man the border. They can't control contraband. Come on, man. If you can't do your job, then find somebody who could do it. You know, I mean, yeah, so anyhow, that's what I want to say. So
I hear you, Brother Will.
I don't want, you know, lose track of that. And I just like, you know, the people who are suffer is the poorest I poor when it comes to that sugar thing. Just because they can't, they want to stop contraband, so they raise the price of sugar. Come on. That to me is a weak excuse, and that's how I feel. And thank you very much. Thanks XTV and Crime Radio for the opportunity always, so that we could continue to voice our opinions countrywide.
All right, my brother. Good. It is the voice of the people. Thank you, brother. Take care. All right, let's take our next break, and when we come back, we'll keep the phone lines open and our conversation for today.
First-time homeowner. I always dream of owning my own home. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, so I want to leave something for my children.
In my case, moving up here in Ladyville in 1978, it was a similar housing program, and my grandmother bring us up here to Ladyville when I was 1 year old, and came into a housing program in the site area. And that changed our life completely, because basically my grandmother said we were from house to house in Belize City. I had a roof over my head, I don't have to worry about moving and stuff like that. So I could feel the same joy that Shahid and others, the hundreds who have received houses before. So I would like to see more of this get done in Ladyville, and of course the country of Belize, no?
Many young people right now, it's kind of difficult to get your own land and a home. So for me, it's a great opportunity to start. I know it's mine, I go invest in my own.
Well, we are starting the new year with a new starter house, no? And that is very good for all of us. With this will be the 8th starter hosts, and it's 8 families that are benefiting. I would like we be inaugurating at least 1,000, but it's just one. And maybe in the future will be another one, and that is good. That is the way to continue this new year.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
When you done hear about how you could shop online with Builders Hardware?
It's easy and convenient. Plus, you get special deals and discounts online where you not get in at the store. Just log on to shopbuildersbz.com and pay with your Visa, MasterCard, debit, or credit card. You could choose to pick up your order from the smart Lacaneda Builders or Easy could deliver for you. If that was a big thing, the Builders truck could deliver for you. If you need more information about anything, you could start chat right here online with a salesperson. We're ready to help you. No need to burn gas and waste time in a traffic. Go to shopbuildersbz.com.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. I want to congratulate Miss Marie Sharp for this one more time acknowledgement that she has gotten internationally for her excellent pepper sauce, which has gone from just one pepper sauce to a series of pepper sauce. Congratulations. I also want to congratulate Darrell Carter, who is launching his book this Wednesday at the Angelus Press. Welcome, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Nuri.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, Dara. Welcome.
Earlier in the show, I know you and Brick made a touch on the crime thing, and I know basically everybody they say you. But when you check it out now, a big man, like a big man, old man. You watch two people that get killed on the road, a whole man shut up there, two youth there, and anything, you know. I know every time crime gets out of hand, we ball the youth. But sometimes the big man organize this youth to do things, but a lot of times sometimes them big man they shoot. And you know, you know why I say this? They're high right now. That street crime, the robbery. I don't know if I survival. I don't know. But the robbery, you understand? And when you listen to the system talk, they talk like everything is so great with people and everybody. Red button thing, But honest to God, that was survival thing. A lot of frustration, take people look for trigger. You understand?
Yeah, man.
But we don't blame the youth, but big people get behind some of these things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, brother. You know something?
No respect. Next thing I know,
Yeah.
with both political parties, I remember when the Chester mean of power, the deal with the youth, then they remove fee, to me, they're crime pay more than do anything. Then every time we reach a step, they mash up that. They're like you got a football team and you got a striker. We just start to score a goal, but now all of a sudden the coaching decided to get rid of he or the owner decided we didn't go step forward or we did step right back way.
Yeah.
And if we not take handle like this, you understand? This are just some messages sent. What is our being? The next time about you got big crime. They have more people take people money and get screwed on their hand, and one lady or somebody got thief or liquor, then steal car, you forget and then kiss. Then they also on Facebook, they get charged, they get remand. Even the justice system is sending the wrong message. I just wanted to send you because it's frustrating. I not just live my life. I care about the community. I stay around and I know what happened. A lot of frustration there in the state. Bless.
All right, my brother. Thanks. All right. Our number is 280-5848. We only got about 15 or so more minutes for the show. So if you want to get in, you should try to get in. Welcome, caller. Please call again. Something happened with that call. Call again, please. Yeah, we tried to focus today on looking at the big picture. Look. Welcome, caller.
Yeah, brother, I'm just like when Mr. Daradi said. Look on the big, all the money we talk about on the news since the past 5 years. 300 million, BL Dam, 800 million every year for road, 100 million to help out BSI and the farmers, this million. But when you look on the country, where they spend on the country and the people, that 8 million for housing, 1 million for LIU, things will save life, things will uplift the people. What this country really have to do in it, we don't have nothing. When the people don't work, they go in on their house, go sleep, get up the morning, work, and then per weekend they have a party. But what this country really has to do, we don't have an amusement park for the kids, we don't have a water park for the tropical climate. What's the streets there in the gang-ridden area? And like what they explain, we have to understand people don't like read, but then they tell me they learn to read all my Facebook posts there now. We have to post up, thousands of likes, thousands of share, but people don't like read. And that's the problem. This country, most of them just go to work and live that survival life like when Mr. Daradi said. And that's the way the government like, but we put countrymen there, like if we had like 31 Nuri or 31 rivers, we don't need the money to say thief billions and billions and billions and billions. Why you want thief? Why you want take every minute? Why you want sign some deals, make your family get $19 million and the Belizean people get nothing? Why you not spin the whole thing upside and down and invest $800 million in? People are home fix the country than to invest 8 million in a people and home and fix the country. You know, and anytime when you throw crumbs to our people, the people fight for the crumbs. And this is how they have the country, because I still understand Bisseno you talk all this sick thing about Dean Barrow. When Dean Barrow needs to come out, yes, Dean Barrow needs to come out. But you put yourself there now, you do the same thing. If you will still let a $13 a gallon, you kiss the IMF rear end more than any politician in the history of Belize, Mr. Bisseno. And you know you will step down, but you not step down because you want this smart deal signed. And when the media ask you about if you know anything about it, you would say, you don't know. What kind of PM you? You don't know nothing about LIU. You don't know nothing about the country. Sometimes I wonder if they clone Mr. Bisseno and just put him here as a face because this man actually don't know nothing.
Right.
Who really run the country? Who really run the country? And the US and the US Embassy? The US Embassy, how you want to pour them pull Johnny Bisseno in a meeting, and then you not put Mr. Bisseno on a resignation list like Mr. Mike. So where the USA have over Johnny Bisseno now, I could lock you in, and I could make you do what you want for me, and all kind of things we come along the fight with Trump and digital ID and smart city and all these things. We have leaders when I send out to these big universities over the past, we turn clones to the new world order, and we see it from prime ministers to prime ministers, and none of them can go up against the big IMF and the World Bank and tell them, Mr. World Bank, what happen? Every year you make us spend 800 million pounds street and road.
All right. Listen,
yes, it's good.
My brother, I appreciate your calling in, but listen, Rivers, this is your second time around, and I want to give the last 15 minutes to anybody else call.
Yes,
give us a call next week, all right? Good, my brother.
But I just tell the politicians, spend the money wrong and free it up, top the plate.
All right, my brother. 280-5848, 280-5848. We heard him earlier, and we don't want to repeat the same thing. If you have a call that you would like to put in at this time, call us, 280-5848. Much of what I wanted to say here today, I think we got a lot of it out, but I wanted to go through a little research that I did in better understanding the challenges that not only Belize, but all these post-colonial societies are facing in one way or the other, so that we can understand the real culprit here. Welcome, caller. Yeah, man, welcome.
I call you in regards to sport.
All right.
Nuri, one national basketball tournament they happen directly. All districts, even the keys are involved. But you know something, you know which district not involved? Toledo, my district. Come on, man.
Why is that? What understanding you get about why Toledo not involved?
But you know why I believe? We have incompetent people in our sports council. I believe that when national tournaments like this supposed to happen, they, for their job, that will ensure that our team, they from the district where they work for. But them balance of so they don't care, they don't give a damn.
You say that the Toledo members of the National Sports Council not come from Toledo?
Well, the one with the lead, they're not fine. The one we always in the office, they're not fine.
So you not got no Toledo representative from the National Sports Council? I want to understand what you say.
You look like them are phantom people, them are defunct.
No, but that was a simple question, man. I mean, you know the man that will represent Toledo on the Sports Council?
Of course, I know all of them. I know
so they know, you said that they not come from there?
They're not come from the district. They come from the chairman of Toledo.
All right.
But he does nothing to promote sport in this district.
Okay, so you said that the individual not to do what you think he should have to do?
Of course, not the way I think.
Right.
With the sports council Constitution said they're supposed to do, they're not they do.
I see.
So
So you started off by saying really the national basketball team not include nobody from Toledo?
You know, have no reservation for Toledo.
I see.
The last time I sponsored 2 tournaments or 2 seasons out of my pocket, $5,000 each, and that include I had to find for transportation, I had to find for food, and I had to work out things so that we could stay overnight, especially at San Pedro.
Wow.
So the Ambalia, I want to know what happened in the Ambalia. And now that we have things better, the government will help with transportation. The government, they bring basketball, synthetic basketball court to districts. Why Toledo not involved, sir? Why Toledo not involved? Aren't we a part of this beautiful jewel of ours?
Of course. Well, my brother, you bring something where something like unfairness is in the mix. And if unfairness is in the mix, that is something where you should have bring to the Sports Council itself. You should have one answer as to why Toledo is not being representative and why people from Toledo have to go in on their own pocket for sponsor teams. I mean, you need to bring that up, man.
This is why I call the media houses. Right. And I know the call Krem. I call all the media houses.
I understand.
I have my own talk show. This evening I will flesh it out some more, sir. Because this is not only unfairness, this is injustice, this is disrespect.
Well, if we were to say, yes, it is injustice if the other districts are represented on the national team and specifically Toledo is not represented.
Especially the youth. So you know something? We basketballers here have to go and join Dangriga or Adokayo or other districts, man. Why they can't play out of the district? Why they can't play out of the district? So I believe, sir, it's not too late, although I don't hear that calendar don't make, I believe a special window can be open for Toledo to be included in this basketball tournament so that at the end of the day, especially the youth can enjoy or reap the benefits that come with playing basketball. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, my brother. Good. We'll keep the line open. We do have to make our final break, but if there are any calls, you should call in now. 280-5848 and get the last part of this program. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. We go back to the break.
If music is your passion, this is your moment. What's going on, guys? Ash Bleeze here. This January, the future of our sound comes together at the Big Tune Music Empowerment Forum. This national forum brings together artists, producers, DJs, managers, educators, and music stakeholders to build skills, spark dialogue, and strengthen Belize's music sector. Join the opening ceremony and music mixer on Friday, January 23rd at 7 p.m. Then level up at the Capacity Building Forum on Saturday, January 24th from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Both of them, they happen at the Bliss Center in Belize City. Topics include music, business, production, marketing, EI, genre development, and full music ecosystem. The deadline to register is January 16th, and for more information, you could call 227-2110 or email nsarccsbelize@gmail.com. Big Tune Empowerment Forum, where Belize's music moves forward. Let's go. See you there.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Start earning B-Bucks today. It's really quite easy. All you have to do is make a purchase at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember, B-Bucks is as good as cash. It's free money.
Download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy.
B-Bucks, rewarding loyalty.
Baseball is back in Belize like never before. Join us on January 24th, 2026 at the softball field in Sand Hill Village for a full day of excitement as Belize hosts the Babe Ruth National Tournament, a first for our country. Bring your rods and flags and come cheer on Team Belize as we go head to head with Guatemala and Mexico. We start at 9 a.m. sharp. Food and drinks will be on sale, giveaway throughout the day. This is a historic moment for Belizean baseball. Come out, show your support, and be a part of it. Baseball is back in Belize. Don't miss it.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribe areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Come to the end of today's program, the 23rd day of January 2026. I just want to leave you with this. I am an asthmatic, and I developed asthma later on in my life because it didn't bother me when I was a child. But temperatures like what we have been facing in Belize over the last few days is an enemy to an asthmatic. And I think any of you who have asthma or have asthma in any of your family members, you know that the cold weather we face right now is a problem. And it's particularly a problem because the way in which the temperature is now, not going into the climate change argument, even though there's credence to that, but just where croffical not rain, where they lead drinkling, sprinkling there, worse rain for catch you. And I notice a lot of people, because in the midday it's hot, and then in the night it get cold on into the day, it catch on a lot of people. So I was in the Belize KHMH the other day, in the emergency section, and I passed the, what I call like the nebulizer asthma bay section, and I was shocked to see how crowded it was. In fact, people made it sit down for wait then turn to be able to get their nebulizer, because this is when you have an acute asthma attack and you can't get rid of it with spray, etc. You have to go into the bay to get the nebulizer, unless you have your own nebulizer, in order for you to get your lungs back under control. I'm saying this because please take it seriously. They're saying there are all kinds of flu strains now. People are seeing new viruses, etc. And so you have to be very careful, particularly if you have underlying issues. Like what killed a lot of people in COVID was not necessarily the COVID virus as much as the H1N1 virus, as much as it was the underlying immune system being weak. And some of us have weak immune system. People drink all day, people do all kind of things, not taking care of their body, and it makes them vulnerable. So I'm saying as a little warning in closing the show today, not take this weather for granted, and not take your bronchial system for granted. No assume that you're a big man, strong man, or you're a strong lady, or you could handle anything, and don't do that to yourself. Your health is all that you have. When your health is gone, it's a terrible thing to be on the sick list. And so that's our show, that's our final point in the show this morning. So I want to thank Anthony Grant downstairs and simulcast. Upstairs we had Christy Flowers as our MCO, Mr. Clifton Lewis as usual, and most important, you who were with us throughout the show today and engaged, those of you who called. Thank you for your engagement. This is what this show is all about. So Belizeans, stand strong, stand firm, do the right thing, and for now, we got
People believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out is the vibe we dealing.